Good day, guys. So today we are in my 2019 Ford Ranger XL 4x2, and basically we'll start off by taking it a bit on off-road, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so we'll start taking it through this trail. It's above a river, which is a bit dry at the moment, so we just have to turn off the traction so that we don't get stuck. And so basically, if you don't turn off the traction control, what will happen is that immediately your wheel starts spinning. There'll be power loss on that wheel, and more power will go to the one that's not spinning. So if you are basically taking it off-road, you might get a lot of tire spins, and you don't want to lose power on your two wheels. This is a 4x2 at the end of the day. And so those are the Grand Trax Dunlop tires 81s that I've got at the front, okay, with some nice threads. Okay, it's quite thick, meant obviously for all terrain since it's 80 tire. And this is the side profile of one of the most popular pickups in South Africa currently. And at the back I've got again Grand Trax Dunlop, which is, and over here it's the 83, yeah, with a thicker sidewall profile, and also it's all terrain. As you can see, it's got nice threading over there, and yeah, they generally work out well in off-roading and on tarmac. Okay, so I basically have them on 2.4 bar. So another difference between the pre-facelift Ford Ranger and this one, the pre-facelift was in production from 2012 till early 2016 or 15, run about there. Yep, so it has to be your dashboard, okay, and the cluster, instrument cluster over there. So yeah, we're in the bonnet area, and yeah, it's quite dirty. I drive a lot on gravel roads. So another difference with the 2012 model and this one, basically the pre-facelift and the facelift has to be power. Okay, this one has got, I think, a bigger turbo, which gives you how much power? I think 118 kilowatts of power, and it gives you a torque of 385 newton meters. Okay, whereby the previous one gave you 110 kilowatts, yeah, in terms of power, and it gave you 375 newton meters. Look, there's not that much of a difference, but yeah, this one is also fuel efficient, a bit more fuel efficient, because I had the previous one and it wasn't too bad, but I felt a bit of difference when moving into this one. So here's the rear view of the car, and it hasn't it hasn't changed from the 2012 model. They still have the same rear view, and yeah, what I like about this spec, which is the XL1, you get a free tow bar, which does a lot, because it also tows about 3.5 tons. Okay, I sometimes tow with it, one of those big trailers with the double XL wheels at the back. So yeah, it performs quite well. And again, the side profile of the pickup also hasn't changed. Well, I haven't seen any change since 2012 up to this point. So what I would normally advise is that whenever you're loading a pickup, do not load it to the maximum what it can carry. So this one is almost about a ton, so do not load it to the maximum, because what would happen is that a lot of weight is at the back, so the front will start lifting up and you'll lose stability so in the past year and almost a half that I've driven this car, I've taken up to 66,000 kilometers. Look, it hasn't really been trouble free. I've had some few minor issues in terms of, I remember at one point, I think it was on 30,000, yeah, it went on to limp mode. So basically when you go into limp mode, you lose some power, and you basically just call to wherever you're going so that you can get some help. So after doing that, I took it to Ford dealership in Queenstown around here. And what they then did is that they checked it out, and it had a spanner light on, an orange light that was on the gauge cluster. It had that, and when I got there, it had switched off. Okay, so they basically said they couldn't do anything up until that comes on again. So they couldn't diagnose it up until such a point. And what had happened is that 2 weeks later, same thing happened again. Then I was told not to switch it off up until I got there. Okay, so I didn't switch it off. I drove in limp mode for about 20-30 kilometers to the Ford dealer in Queenstown. And when I got there, they looked at it, and 5 minutes later, they told me the car was and that the radio, it's another issue. I had that issue, returned it about 3 times, and then they replaced it under warranty. So yeah, they've been good, and the car has been good to me except for those 2 issues. So guys, lastly, in terms of ride quality, since I drive a lot on gravel and sometimes I'm a bit late for work and so forth, look, with this pickup I can do about 120 on a long stretch, 120 kilometers an hour. The car won't be rattling, it won't be going sideways, it just sticks on the road. Okay, so yes, that's about it in terms of this car review. And this was the 2019 Ford Ranger 2.2 XL 4x2. And thanks for watching. Also, don't forget to like the video and also subscribe to the channel.